Hello and welcome to episode 285 of Checkpoint Chat. It's gloomy, it's dark. My name's still Alessandro Barbosa. He's still Matthew Figueroa.
I'm bright Matthew Figueroa and you're gloomy
Bright
Alessandro
Matthew.
Barbosa.
Sunny Matthew.
I'm only laughing because while we are busy recording, I'm also problem solving. But my mom's going to Cape Town.
Okay.
And she's done the typical Portuguese mom thing or normal mom thing. I don't know. She's like, hey, my flight's tomorrow. Can you check in for me? Here's all my details.
Oh,
Copy
fun.
paste. And I'm like,
real fun.
So, and my mom can be pretty tech savvy if she's encouraged to try being tech savvy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I've said to her, I'm like, listen, I'm literally about to podcast. Here's the link to the online check-in. Just try check-in. If you don't come right, I'll help you. Okay. So, like, literally before, as you started introducing the show, I get a message like, I can't do it. I'm like, have you, like, what's going on? She's like, I can't find the 8 digits. I'm like, what 8 digits? She's like, yes, that's what they're asking for, the reference number. So I copy paste her the reference number she sent me. She says,
Yeah.
I have used that. Full stop. I'm like, what's the problem? I'm going to reply and I'm going to say, and did it work? Question mark. TBC. We'll just carry on with the show.
I'm oh god, now I can't even think of the word. It's like I need to know the end to the story now. So please keep me updated throughout.
I will, with pleasure.
Jeez, I can't see, it's late. My brain is not really working at full capacity. It isn't at the best of times, but right now, I mean, that's why I'm having some tea already. So it is a late recording because I think I'm going to Cape Town for the same reason your mother is. Is she doing the 2 oceans again?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I'll be heading to Cape Town tomorrow to run a race I am wildly unprepared for.
You might be on the same flight. She's also going tomorrow.
Oh, well, who knows? Maybe she is. I'm quite keen to do the race again. Can I tell you the last time I ran a 21K was last year's 2 oceans?
Last year. That sounds about right. I'm going to interrupt you for a very important update to the story.
Okay.
My mom sent me screenshots of what she's put in. Okay. So she's put in. So, you know, when you type into WhatsApp, you want something bolded, you put the little asterisks on both sides, right?
Yes.
So I think when Safi WhatsApped it to her, that's bolded. Okay. So she sends me that. Okay, that's in the booking reference box. Okay. What's even funny is that the screenshot of her error on the check-in is accompanied by a flower arrangement she's clearly done. Like today or sometime. For those of you who don't know, my mom is a retired florist. So it's not unlike her to be like, look at the arrangements I did today. But it's just funny to get the picture simultaneously. Like, here's my problem. No context, flower photo. Oh my gosh.
Is the photo also just like a screenshot from the iPhone, or has she taken a photo of like a PC screen?
No. She knows how to do a screenshot. It's from her iPhone. She's got that right.
Because the latter is also really funny when I get that. It's like this really zoomed in blurry photo of a screen being like, I've done this. It's like I cannot see anything.
Man, I can rat my mom out for days in this segment. With the stuff. She makes me laugh. There was a couple of weeks ago, she's like, your stepdad wants to get a new iPhone. Okay, so I'm like,
okay,
cool. Like, what does he have? Like, I don't actually know. I know his iPhone's old. But like, I want to try gauge like how old is his phone? What do I recommend to him?
Yeah.
So I explained to my mom, I'm like, what phone do you have again? Because like I think her phone's newer than his. So I'm like, he could probably just get the same phone as you, but even though hers is a few years old, he doesn't need anything fancy. Anyways, she's like, I don't know. I'm like, cool. I explained to like, go to your settings, go to general, go to about, and I'll tell you like your iPhone model. Cool, no problem. So she sends me a screenshot of that. Wait. Hang on. Let me just get the story. Yeah, she sends me a screenshot of that. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Like, cool. Well, now I need you to do the same on Rocky's phone, my stepdad. I need you to do that to see what his phone model is. Do I not get a picture, like a physical picture of his phone? And I'm like, no. Like, come on. Take a screenshot or just read his phone at the time.
Or just type it out. Like, it's just like iPhone X, like blank.
I know.
Yeah. I often wonder, because like we grew up in that generation who had to get like tech savvy, because we were in that like perfect intersection of like tech was advancing really rapidly, the internet was coming online, and we didn't really have parents in our life who understood this thing to really explain it to us, so we just like fought through it.
Figured it out.
We figured it out. I wonder if, so at least I feel like tech problems for us have been solved, or we have the know-how to kind of like figure them out, and we're kind of still like plugged into the advances. Like, you wouldn't find someone who is our age who is like, I don't know what iPhone I have, and I don't know which one is coming out next, and I don't know if I should upgrade. But I do wonder if we get to a point where we look back and go, oh wow, like, kids 20, 30 years younger than us, they just think we're washed, and they think we don't understand tech. Like, and I get that sort of feeling when people talk about things like TikTok, like TikTok, or some of the games they're playing. Like, I assume parents with kids who play Roblox, like it feels like this foreign like entity, this black box that I don't understand.
Yeah.
And that's more like trend and social related, but I wonder if there will be a point where it's like, oh man, you don't know how to do fucking ChatGPT on your phone. Like, what are you even doing with your life?
I think yes and no. So you're right. We are this in-between generation where, like, we were born before born before the internet grew up, when the internet became a thing,
Yeah.
But I hear stories, and I've seen it myself as well, with like the younger generation today, and I sound like such an old person saying that, like, oh, kids these days. I'm sure you see it too with teens or people in their 20s, where things you just assume they would know how to do, like tech-wise, they just straight up don't. And it's just, it's this weird thing of, how do you not know that? Like, you have a phone, you've got Google, whatever, but there's just things that we take for granted because, I don't know, we've had to problem solve it, or we've got like this base understanding or something, and that's just absence. And not everyone, but a lot of the younger generation don't have that. So I think you're right. There's going to come a point in 20, 30 years where there will be new things that you and I just don't know how to use. And TikTok's the perfect thing. Like, I try to keep up with, viral trends and things that are in and cool, and I'm like a couple weeks, if not months behind, the cool things, whatever. But when it comes to tech, there's definitely going to be that sort of thing. But I sincerely hope that we have the foundation, at least, that it's not going to be as challenging to, adopt or use the technology. And again, I'll use my mom as a good example. Like, she only learned how to use Windows in her 50s, 60s, like way later. So even like,
I mean, I can't imagine being like
40
40 and 50 and suddenly this thing like Windows comes around and it's like, what the fuck is this?
Imagine teaching someone who doesn't know Windows at all how to use Windows. And even watching her learn and helping her, there's just things we take for granted. It's like, cool, you say to her, like, double click there. She's like, what do you mean? Like, no, just click twice. She's just like, click. I'm like, no, you've got to be like, click, super fast. There's just small things that we just take for granted. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, though, the way things are going.
Yeah. Just thinking of, like, people getting neural implants. Like, how do I take a photo? No, just blink twice really quickly. Like, just blink,
I saw a great TikTok today of somebody recording their dad who has Meta glasses.
Okay.
But they weren't recording with the Meta glasses on. They're recording like this. For audio listeners, I've taken my glasses off and I'm holding them in front of my face. I was like, that is the most old person thing I've seen.
That's like
in
the
a long
equivalent of
time.
taking photos with your iPad, but like 10 times worse.
I was like, oh no.
That's so funny.
Look at my new Meta glasses. Hang on. It makes recording so much easier. That's so good.
I don't actually know how I'd respond to seeing like someone as like a tourist doing that. Like looking out at the view and they're just holding their glasses like almost like a selfie cam.
Yeah, hang
and
on.
just like
Oh,
recording
smile. We're going to take a selfie. Suppose that is the one thing Meta glasses can't do. They can't take a selfie. Problem solved that, Mark Zuckerberg.
Fuck. So funny. So funny.
Goodness.
It's a wild world. I mean, tech is advancing so quickly. I mean, you just look at like AI stuff and what it can do, and it's terrifying. You know,
Yeah.
it feels like at least at my work we are busy trying to find ways to replace our own jobs because like we're looking at all these tools and these tools are doing all these cool things with code, and we're like, wow, I can make it do so much more if I just point it in the right direction and like orchestrates to this thing, and it's like, wait a minute. At what point is it like, is what I'm doing completely redundant? Scary stuff. You know what they can never do? They can never flip a burger at McDonald's. ChatGPT can't do that.
Not yet. They'll make a robot that can flip a burger at McDonald's.
Not as good as me. I've still got purpose in this world.
Look, I think we could pivot and we could have an AR podcast, and I think you're probably way more clued up than I am. Or if not more clued up, you'd have a different perspective because you use AR for coding and stuff, like a whole specific application of it. I still think in my world, there's definitely a place for AR, but I don't see it as a replacement. Maybe it'll happen, but it still needs like input from. I use AR to help me do my work, but it can never replace my. Well, I say never, but it can never replace my creative thinking or any original ideas I have, because I can use it to help me with thought starters. But even what it gives me is just regurgitated stuff from somewhere, from a big old source of whatever. So it's unlikely it's going to give me this truly one-of-a-kind original idea. At best, it'll be a really unique, unseen combination of something that exists before that kind of looks as unique, but it exists. It's not like brand spanking new. And from our very rudimentary understanding of programming and stuff, I still don't know how, people foresee computers thinking. I think they can imitate it very well, and it comes across like, oh, like AI is so smart, but ultimately it's the set of programming that someone has taught that AI how to do. If that makes sense. That's like at a very basic level. Like, I don't know.
You're not wrong. I do think again, I'm also not nowhere even close to being well versed in this field. I'm not a researcher of any sort, and I speak to people who are, and they might as well be speaking a different language sometimes, which is kind of insane to me, considering they're in the same sort of like sphere of work that I'm in. And I think that like both fascinates and horrifies me, because it's like this thing that is moving so quickly in the background, and we are using it, in ways like you said, to assist, and in my case, definitely assist, but also somewhat replace a lot of what I'm doing. Still needing like human intervention, but definitely getting to the point where it's kind of scary how much it can do. And it's like, if this has been the progression from, middle of last year to this year, it's so wild how much more it can do now, that it just makes me think of what is that going to be in like 2, 3, 4 years.
No, for sure.
It is frightening how much it can do
now.
And you've got all these people talking about like the whole goal here is to reach that end of the rainbow where you have like pure thinking artificial intelligence, and like Nvidia thinks they've got there already, and this and that. But I do think that's not far off, or not implausible, maybe not far off, but like it is definitely possible. And that is, I don't know, it's weird. It is just funny because we live in this sort of sphere where I think there's a lot of critical thoughts about these things, and there's a lot of discussion and discourse, and a lot of people really hate AI in one way but appreciate it in another, or some people just hate it. But if you go speak to a normal person, like I speak to my parents,
Yeah.
and they just use ChatGPT as Google now. Like that's what that like they'll talk about, oh, I did this thing and this whatever, and then I didn't know how to do this and I just ChatGPT'd it. And it's like, oh, that's a verb now.
Yeah.
That's just like I didn't Google it, I ChatGPT. And that's just like how so many people are using these things. And it's kind of wild to me because A, it's kind of interesting, but B, I also just hate getting screenshots from my parents that are just fucking paragraphs of like ChatGPT explanations of things. And I'm just looking at it like, okay, cool. But like now I have to like second guess a lot of this information in the same way that maybe I would on a website. But it's a weird time. It's so strange watching. Again, we were saying like our parents who didn't grow up with this stuff and being super fascinated by this stuff, which is cool. But at the same time, maybe not understanding how nuanced and careful you have to be with it at the same time.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's where, like, I'm sorry to punt our generation, but that's where we have the benefits because we are of the mindset of problem solving and like not just taking everything at face value. Whereas my mom's the same, like just Google /AI anything,
AI summary, yeah,
whatever the response is, that's the law. Like that's fact. You cannot deny it. And I worry that with the younger generation now, is that it's the opposite thing of, not the opposite thing, but how do you mark someone's essay? If you have a topic and they go, cool, ChatGPT, write me this essay about da 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 da. If they change it up enough, like how much information are they actually taking in themselves? I don't agree with, the school system of parrot learning necessarily, but I do agree with learning to think critically. And I think we're going to start losing a little bit of that if we're not careful. But I mean, it's like, is that needed? Yes.
I don't know. That to me, I get where that comes from. That to me just sounds like the sort of. I remember being in primary school when Wikipedia became a thing, and like teachers and parents, or mostly teachers, freaking out, being like, "Well, how do we do it? Yeah, don't use Wikipedia as a source, so don't use this as a source." And it's like you look back at it, and you're like, that's such a benign way to like expect teaching to be handled, and it comes from a place of misunderstanding. Like they didn't understand that this is more a tool; it's just being used as a crutch. But I think the same goes for here. It's like, cool, everyone is going to be using this thing. We need to find ways to evaluate, like you said, critical thinking without depending on not using these things. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. But I know, say in my industry now, if I do like a technical programming test, there is no expectation that I can't use like AI now because like that's the industry you're going into. And so the tests need to be adjusted to allow for there to be space where they can see whether you're just like copy pasting this shit or you have no understanding of what you're submitting. And that takes work. So it just means like the current structure of how things are taught needs to be changed to account for this. But that takes years, and if you're like especially teachers, I think this is like frightening for many different reasons. But yeah, this could be an AI podcast, but we're not going to do an AI podcast. We're going to pivot to the one thing AI can't do as well is play video games.
You say
that's not true, actually. That's also not true. They could probably be very good at it. I mean, we've got aimbots for a reason.
Yeah.
Video games, there's quite a few of them out, and this is partly the reason why we're recording at such an odd time is because I'm going to be away. There's a bunch of stuff that we have played. And we just don't want to. I think the next time we'll be able to record is in like 2 weeks, and it's already been like 2 and a bit.
It's been quite a while.
So yeah, bunch has come out. Bunch is still coming out. But I think firstly, should we check back in on Pokopia because you've been playing. I haven't played that much either because Pokopia has turned into the game that Shani and I play together.
Oh, very nice.
When we have a few moments, which is quite fun. I'm enjoying that aspect of it, but I'm quite enjoying this game. I think it's really chill and really, really cool. How far into it are you?
So I've played like 15 hours, which 15 hours is nothing to scoff at, but 15 hours in a game like this is still baby time. Let's be honest. If you're looking at things like Animal Crossing, even just traditional Pokemon games where you're collecting Pokemon and that sort of thing, 15 hours is actually nothing. But on those 15 hours, I've really come to, like, basically the more I play this game, the more I enjoy it and the more I appreciate how much thought and care has gone into making it. There was a point when the game starts opening up. Like, have you found any other areas yet? I think you might still be too early to have unlocked any.
So I know you move from one area to the next. I haven't done that yet. I've just found different parts of the areas I'm in. So like I found the ocean and I found some caves, but I haven't moved from one area to the next yet.
But you know how you've got the computer, obviously, which like gives you, there's daily challenges, a shop, and then you've got, I can't think of that Pokemon's name. It's gone from me now. That dude like giving
Tangela
you
quests. Prof Tangela.
Giving you basically like your main quest, like things, the game's very good at saying you can do whatever the hell you want. You don't have to follow the quest. You don't have to do this. But if you do want to follow some sort of like breadcrumbs or thread, you're going to tick off quests, whatever. So when you enter other areas, those areas also, I've unlocked 2 other areas, and I don't know how many there are in total. So I've got 3 total now, okay? Those other areas have their own computer, their own like unique quest lines, whatever. So I reached a point where I unlocked both of them almost simultaneously. I was like, oh my God, like I don't know what to focus on. there's a lot I can do, and I don't know what it is. The part of my brain's like it's a bit like overwhelming.
Too much? Okay.
Too much, yeah. But then it became a thing of, okay, like just chill. The game's very good at reminding you, hey man, like just take it easy, do whatever the hell you want. That's what I did. Went back to my starting area, just started chipping away there. Cool, whatever. Then I was like, yeah, let me go check out in that other area. Went back to another area, started ticking off some of those quests there. And it's just it's a really good flow. Like, you can play the game differently to how I play it, but I think that's what's really nice, that it's just a good chill time and there's no right or wrong way. And ultimately, it's just this cozy game about collecting Pokemon and putting them into homes, and then them helping you do new things, teach you new abilities, whatever. And it's just really fun. If you're into, I don't know, like it's not Animal Crossing, but there's so much overlap and so many things that remind me of Animal Crossing. I don't know if it's the UI, the way it turns out building some stuff does take a while. When we had started playing, those first few buildings are like, cool, come back in 20 minutes. You build the bigger stuff, it's like, come back tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, shit, really?
I'm like, okay, Animal Crossing, I'll see what you're doing here. Tom Nook. Professor, take off that mask. I know it's you under there. It's like, where's my 300,000 credits debt that I owe or something?
Yo, could you imagine, just at the end of it, it's like, actually, you owe us 1 billion of those shiny coins.
All this interest, yeah. But yeah, it's just, like I said, I think the last time we spoke about it, looking at it now, it's so easy to think, how was this never done before? Such a simple idea, this cozy game where you're just collecting Pokemon and you're using them to help you build, etc., etc. It just works.
It's such a smart use of the property.
Really smart.
You're right. Yeah. I have a very important question though.
Oh, yeah?
Do you eventually find a way to spray water in a wider area than just this fucking cross in front of you?
So, mild spoilers, no. I guess. No, you do. Yes and no. So, you can upgrade your abilities, which I only found like a day or two ago. So, for example, Bulbasaur teaches you that ability to grow grass.
Whatever. Yeah.
You can upgrade it.
Blaze up.
You can upgrade it that you can do more than one piece at a time. You can do like the plus in one go.
For the grass.
So I haven't unlocked what I assume is an upgrade to the water, which I'm hoping will be, spray.
Oh, I hope so.
But this is a mild spoiler. You can make it rain, which will then, just wet everything.
Wait, what? How?
With the...
Okay. I will find a way. Because the most I've got yet is, which I find very satisfying, is you find an area in the world where there's like clearly a block that is blocking like water, and you just whack that thing, and next thing like a waterfall comes down, and there's just hydration everywhere, and it's great. Yeah. I love it.
100%. You can make it rain. Like there's story reasons why you can make it rain, and when you make it rain, it will drench everything. So don't spend too much time.
Everything just goes green.
It doesn't just go all at one, but it's like it's raining, and then you'll see like a
Oh.
block pop green there, a block pop green there. So it's like a gradual thing.
Oh, I need it.
But
I need it.
it can be done. So if you like me, I spent a lot of time going, cool, I'm going to water here, water here, water here. Oh, I missed the block. Go back, water there.
Oh, I hate it. You missed that one corner block. You like rotate slightly, water there, rotate. Oh, kills me.
Don't stress too much about it. They've tiered off things, and yeah, there are ways to circumvent that.
Shani was like, "This is driving me insane," because like she's not playing. We kind of like I'm kind of like piloting, and we're just working together. But I'll do something, and she'll be like, "We can't leave now. You've started that path. We've got to finish it."
Just gotta. Like, I get that. I get that, but you don't have to stress about it.
So frustrating. Okay, I think she actually mentioned, she's like, "Can't we find a Squirtle evolution and get him to give us like a different water thing?" And I was like, that's probably what it's going to end up being, isn't it? It's just, that's how you're just going to get better abilities, is finding the evolved forms of these Pokemon. So
it's not that, but there are evolved abilities.
Bummer. Can you evolve Pokemon? Is this like a spoiler thing as well?
No, I don't think it's a spoiler thing, but you don't evolve Pokemon, but you can find their evolved forms.
Their evolutions. Okay, cool. Okay.
So
that kind of makes sense.
It kind of makes sense. And I'm kind of glad as well, because when I started playing, I had this worry, and I don't think it can happen now. Sincerely hope not. But I had this thing of like, if I make 10 grass habitats, am I going to get 10 Bulbasaurs? Am I just going to have Bulbasaur City here? But it seems like once you found a Pokemon, it's kind of ticked off, and it won't spawn if you make that same environment. I could be wrong, but I've got multiple of like basic environments, and I haven't seen duplicate Pokemon. So
okay, I actually didn't think about that, because I mean, we keep referencing Animal Crossing as an inspiration, but Viva Pinata definitely is an inspiration here, and there is a big push to have duplicates, because, well, that's how you get baby Pinata. So
yeah, doesn't happen. What?
It's just how it works with pinatas. I don't know. It's kind of fucking weird, but yeah.
No, I've had some great moments, and this is I don't know. Again, I don't think you've played too far yet, so you don't have this problem. But when you have a lot of Pokemon floating around, you can obviously build houses for them, and you get some pretty big houses, like these huge structures. And I've thought, holy hell, like I can't build one of these for each of my Pokemon. There's just like physically not enough space. It'll take too long to do it. I realize why that's not a problem, because the other day I was walking through my town, walked past my Souther, just doing his minding his own business, doing his thing, struck up a conversation with him, and then I saw this prompt. It's like, hey, do you want to move in here? Like you obviously, if you build a house, you can talk to Pokemon like, hey, do you want to move in here? Okay. So I saw this prompt pop up, and I was like, oh, there must be another environment here that I'm not aware of. Like maybe it's that tree with the boulder over there, whatever. So I was like, hey man, you spawn pretty far. Like, do you want to move closer to town so I can talk to you when I want to, have logs cut instead of having to go find you? Dude's like, oh my God, this is awesome. I can't wait to live here. Does this dude not run into my house that I've built? Turns out some of the bigger houses can house more than one Pokemon, which I didn't realize. So I inadvertently asked him to move in with me. And then you best believe I walk into my house, there's this dude marching around like, this is such a nice place. I'm like, what are you doing in here? Like, come on.
That's great.
Yeah, so
like, no, actually I built this palace just for me.
Yeah, so I'm assuming some of the bigger houses are like 3+ Pokemon. Because the house I've built, it's not like massive, but you can put 3 people in there.
Yeah. I mean, listen, they used to being curled up in a ball. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah. It is, but
it's a cool game. Time. I'm having a good time with it, and it's really, like you said, it's really chill and just easygoing. But by the same token, I like that you're like directed to do certain things, so it doesn't feel like I'm just meandering my way through there and like doing nothing. Like, I think there is the potential to do that if that's all you want to do. Like, if you want to spend an hour putting down paving for your perfect pathway
100% you can do that.
One flybed to another, you can fucking do that. But if you just kind of actually want to feel like you're getting stuff done, you can do that too. There There's some surprisingly cool writing with the notes you get, you read from humans that used to be there. Pretty good. Like, I'm quite enjoying a lot of the sort of like world building they've got going on there. Also, it is kind of insane to me that I've gone now a couple of hours into a Pokemon game and not seen a Pikachu. It just feels very weird.
To be clear, like you can play the game at whatever pace you want, but you will have to progress the story a little bit if you want to get different abilities, different Pokemon, because that is sort of tiered off. Like, obviously, if you want to have, process logs to build structures, you're going to need a Scyther who can take lumber and do that for you. So in the same token, like I haven't seen a Pikachu or an electric Pokemon either, but I have seen items where it's like you need electricity to power this. I'm like, oh, okay, that's something I need to unlock at a later stage or whatever. So I'll get there.
Yeah, there's some like odd Pokemon that have showed up in the first couple of hours for me. Like what's the bee? Combee?
Combee,
Yeah, that was like a strange Pokemon. The other day, just before we finished playing, we came across a balloon Pokemon. I've never seen that fucking guy in my life before.
I actually wondered, do you know how many Pokemon there are in this game in total? Like, I'm almost scared to know, but I imagine there are a lot. But
because it's like a weird mishmash of generations. Yeah. I think it's handpicked. We can actually see. It's like a weird mishmash. Pokopia features a total of, well, this is weird, 300 to 311. With a mix of generations 1 through 9. Oh, it seems that Google AI does not actually know the exact number. So,
and you said the AI will replace us.
even IGN says at least 300. They do not know.
Oh, okay.
Still, that's quite a bit.
There's no one like figured it out yet. It could be a thing. Maybe people are still playing the game.
I guess they're just hedging it in case they haven't like found everything.
Yeah.
But I'm just scrolling through the list here. I mean, you've got the 3 starters and all their evolutions. Whoa! There's a Pokemon called Magnezone. He's like a 3rd evolution of Magnemite. That's sick. He looks like a UFO, but a magnet. I've never seen that guy before.
Don't think I've ever seen that before either.
Yeah. You see, I'm so out of touch when it comes to some of the older Pokemon. Okay, so for example, I just called that Professor Tangela. And I thought that was like
Tangrowth.
It's Tangrowth. That's a different Pokemon entirely. I didn't know that. Okay.
It's evolution, I'm assuming.
There's a red Scyther called Scizor.
There's a lot of Pokemon in this game. But again, that's part of the charm as well. Like I said earlier, it's this clever mix of a Pokemon game and a chill, cozy city build or whatever. Because half the fun is going, cool, I want to get more Pokemon. Like I think in my game I've caught 50-ish. So I got a few, like a fair few, but I've still got plenty to go.
Oh my god, Driftbloom has a evolution called Driftblim, like a blimp. That's crazy.
Man, to be a writer or a visionary on the Pokemon team to come up with a new Pokemon.
That's
be a hell of a time.
Wow. Yeah. Very cool. It's a cool game. It is one of those, like you said, can't believe it's taken this long for them to do something like this, because it does, like in retrospect, seem like the biggest no fucking brainer on earth. Like, how did it take Nintendo this long to make this? And I think this is going to be a big franchise for them going forward. Like, you're going to see multiple Pokopias going forward, I reckon. God. Yeah.
Goodbye time.
Pokemon Pokopia New Horizons. We need COVID 2, and then we'll get Pokopia 2.
Last thing I'll say, I loved Animal Crossing, don't get me wrong, but that game was held back by Switch limitations Switch One limitations and just bizarre design choices by Nintendo. And I'm assuming those design choices were because, of the limitations of the Switch. Just things like, if you want to have a friend over, I haven't done this in a new Pokemon game, so I sincerely hope it's not the same thing. But that's like this manual thing. If you've got to go to your airport in Animal Crossing, open the gate, then your friend fly. Like, you know what I mean? It was this long,
It's like
frustrating.
purposefully like
Yeah.
annoying.
What is going on with my camera? Sorry, the lighting
Yeah, I
is
don't know.
very
Your
weird.
your light is going crazy.
In Pokopia, think of what the average Pokemon game looks like and how it runs. Garbage. Most of them. Okay. This
Just
game,
no holding back, eh?
not garbage. Okay, Trubbish. There's a Pokemon reference. This game runs perfect, and I know to Switch too. Okay, but this game runs perfectly, and just the number of things I've seen, like Pokemon I've had on screen, and just the things it can do that I assumed would not be possible because it's on a Nintendo system. It's great. It's wizardry.
No, it's true. I also don't think a lot of the Animal Crossing stuff is due to hardware limitations. I just think that's how they're designed. I just think it's like really strangely slow, and like you will button mash through all these prompts, and it's weird because I love Animal Crossing, and I think you do too. We both were enamored with it when it came out. But man, it really does have some bullshit to it. It's like it's really stupid in some ways, and I do wonder now, in a post-Pokopia world, like, can a new Animal Crossing come out and just do the same thing and still be, gobbled up in the same way that, was it New Horizons? Yeah, was. I don't think so. I think New Horizons hit the perfect, like, intersection of Switch is introducing so many new people to Nintendo versus COVID, everyone is at home sad and alone, versus this is likely many people's first Animal Crossing. And so a lot of this bullshit doesn't seem like bullshit.
It landed so well.
I feel like if I had to be put through the like 2-week introduction to an Animal Crossing now, I would probably not finish it.
Well, I will say, I know Animal Crossing had an update the beginning of this year, I think,
it was actually. Yeah.
Switch 2 version, which I'm assuming didn't remove any of those friction points, just made the game run better. If Nintendo are working on a Animal Crossing, which I'm sure they must be at some stage, the next Animal Crossing, you have to wonder, what is their team doing, or what are they thinking when they see this Pokemon game, or like, or what notes are they taking? Because they better be taking notes. I think this game gets a lot of things right that they can definitely learn from.
Yeah. No, agreed. It would be silly of them to bring out a game that is just Animal Crossing with that. Like, Animal Crossing developed in this vacuum where none of this has happened. Yeah, it'll be good. I'm curious to see, but I have a sneaking suspicion that's what we're going to get. Like, if you look at a lot of Nintendo's franchises, they do feel like they are developed in a bubble.
For sure.
A bubble specific to that franchise. That's why we got like Metroid 4 that kind of like did weird things where you have a team, the Zelda team, who has figured out all this open world shit that Metroid Prime 4 apparently had no clue was a problem, so it's like, it's strange.
They released Metroid 4 and they're like, okay, team, you can finally play Breath of the Wild, we'll let you do it.
You can see that meme of like them just playing the first hour and being like, oh god, what have we done?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Pokopia is great, and I'm keen to play more of it going forward. It's going to be like I think a forever game this year, just like checking back.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I haven't put as much time into it as I would have liked to, but I know it's something I'll keep revisiting for months and months because it's always going to be there. So
cool. Moving along. If you are listening to this, well, I guess now it doesn't really matter, but previews today went up for Forza Horizon 6. I've been playing it for the past 2 weeks, a very limited slice of it, and now it has been ripped away from me, so I can no longer play it. It's very sad. But so Forza Horizon 6, latest entry in the extremely popular racing franchise from Playground Games, open world sort of arcade racer, really, really good. There hasn't been one that I haven't enjoyed, but it is remarkable to me that it's taken 6 of these games for it to eventually reach Japan. Like, every game has got its own locale. 3 was Australia, 4 was the United Kingdom and Scotland, 5 was Mexico, and now, I'm pretty sure about like entry 3 where people were like, okay, cool, Japan. Like, when is this going to Japan? Japan's got such a strong like car culture. It was in that one Fast and the Furious movie, famously. That's where the country, really got dug into people's minds. You know, they really enjoyed that Tokyo Drift.
100%.
But it's like crazy that it's taken this long. But the good thing is that not only is it finally in probably the biggest map that Horizon has ever seen, and that is now like an entire island of Japan, but it's a really, really good and varied look at the region, I think. So based on what I played, there were only about 3 or 4 races in the build that I played, so that's not really that important. Like, the races themselves are very much of, like, they are Forza Horizon like races. If you've played any of these games, you know what a street race is, or like a cross-country sprint, or none of that is really all that different. But what I did get to do was like run around the entire map, as empty as it was, just to kind of see everything. And it's huge. It's really, really cool how it moves between like the urban areas of Tokyo City, the sort of like docks and farmlands that populate areas around it, to like almost nothingness, like bamboo forests and massive like 5-lane highways that like go across the coast, or if you're watching the footage now, these like snow-capped mountaintops that you can get to at the absolute north of the map. There is so much variety to what you're seeing as you move around the space, and there has been in past games, but it just feels like so much more and so much more detailed here. They're not just open spaces for the sake of being open. They are very well curated and crafted spaces that also feel alive and within a actual like living realistic world, if that makes sense. Like, as you're driving past rural areas, you'll see cars that are specific to that sort of area. You'll see activity in like the farmlands around you. There was this really cool moment where it happens in the prologue of the game, but then it happened dynamically as I was racing as well, where I was just parallel to some train tracks, and a bullet train like went past me as if, you know, it's doing its usual commute during the day. It just makes it roots the racing in an actual real world, where I feel like the previous entries, there was this massive, you know, Horizon festival that was happening in this region that was just a mishmash of, it was like a tasting plate of the region they were in, and it just didn't feel like a real space. This feels like a real space.
Nice.
It feels like, it definitely is bits and pieces from all over Japan. Like, this isn't a one-to-one representation of like Tokyo, for example. It absolutely is not. But it does feel like this is a actual space that maybe exists in real life, as opposed to just, you know, a mishmash of different areas. So it's really cool. It's hitting all the cool, like all the notes I wanted from a Japanese set Forza Horizon. You know, you've got the big twisty drifting highways, you've got the cherry blossoms everywhere, you've got loads and loads of Japanese automotive representation. Like, I found there's a bunch of like these custom tuned cars that you can find around the map and then add to your garage collection, and I found like this really, really souped up Honda Civic R, and immediately just like, oh cool, they understand what they're doing here. They know what cars are popular in this region and what people who love Japanese racing want to be driving. You know, there are the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and the McLarens that you will be able to play in the actual game, but they have curated the ones specific to Japan for the people who like are in the know of this stuff, and they're delivering on that front. So it's really, really cool. I think the setting does a lot here, and I'm keen to play more.
This footage you're watching now was released today, I guess, like a first look at the prologue, whatever. It opens with a Nissan Skyline. I'm like, oof, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good. It opens with the Nissan Skyline and ends with a Toyota like concept car.
Very nice.
So they're very much drawing on the inspiration of the region. And you know, the prologues to these games are quite bombastic. This one's quite tame in comparison. And they're all just kind of meant to give you a taste of the different type of racing you're going to do and the different regions that are on offer. But this one, to me, felt less like, oh, you know, let's race a aeroplane. Or in Forza Horizon 5, like, there is a moment where you're dropped, you know, you're airlifted and dropped into like a volcano. It's like, no, this is about just showing you the beauty of Japan, or the representation of Japan they have here. And it's way more chill, but it's also just, I just had a massive smile on my face as I was playing the prologue, because I'm like, oh fuck, they are nailing this from the get-go.
Visually,
I'm so excited to play this game. Yeah,
visually, it just, I mean,
Yeah.
Forza games have always looked good, but goddamn, like
No, these
I
games are
think
stunning.
I think Japan is just always one of those locations that will just visually, it's so captivating. There's so much beauty there, but the way they brought that to life, just looking at this footage, is like I can't wait to play this game. It looks,
Yeah.
it's like so crisp, and it just looks like a fun place to drive through.
It's nuts how much detail there is to the world. There's the ability as well now. I can't recall if this was in 5 or not, but you can use like a drone from inside your car, or like you can launch a drone from your car and basically go and take photos anywhere in the world. So you're not confined to just shots of your car on the street. You can
Yeah.
actually zoom into all the different details around you and
Awesome.
like inspect how much care went into all of these like assets and stuff, which I think is really cool as well. Because there is a lot of like, Playground Games made a huge deal about all these Japanese consultants they brought onto the team to make sure that they had like an authentic and respectful representation of the region. And I think because of that, you're getting a lot more than just the sort of cliff notes that someone without experience of the country would expect. You're actually getting real culture put in there that I think can act as, a platform to learn more about the history of the country, which I think is always cool. I think that's where like games like Assassin's Creed have really they've made a name for themselves. Like some of them had that whole exploration, like education mode, just because it's like we have this region and all this history. Why don't we teach people about it? And I think maybe, I don't think it's to that extent here, but I think there are a lot of little neat touches and details that you could definitely like spark interest in someone just by them playing around in this world. So I think it's really cool. And I think the racing is going to be great as well. The key change they've made here is the progression system. You like start as like a lowly racer now, and you have to build your way up. You even have to qualify for the Horizon Festival, which is the big racing festival at the center of all this, where previously you just fucking arrived, and like in some, I think it was in 3 or 4, they actually refer to you as the legend. Like you were just this legendary racer that just arrives there,
legend.
and you suddenly just have all these cars open to you. This one is like, no. You've got to race in like, you got your D tier cars and your C tier cars, and you've got to like work your way up the ladder to finally get to the cool stuff. And I think that's great.
Yeah, which I really like. I mean, I don't have the same history that you do with Forza. Forza Horizon 5 was my first game in the whole franchise, which is wild thinking how old it is. But even playing that game, doing the prologue, going, oh, cool, like super cinematic, doing all these things. And then I can't remember what the first choices of cars were, but it was pretty much along the lines of, oh, hey, cool, welcome to the game. Here's a Lamborghini. And I was just thinking, what? I come from, the Need for Speed era, the Gran Turismo era, where Gran Turismo is a good example of you got to get your license, and then from there you're buying the worst secondhand cars the game has to offer, and it's super slow, but it felt good to progress, get the, level up, get your next car. It's a little bit faster, but more tuned. So I missed that from Forza Horizon 5. As much fun as I had with the game, like brilliant game, loved it. But I'm kind of looking forward to that progression where it is just you start with nothing. You got to work your way up to get the title legend. Legend.
I think a lot of people are looking for that because I feel the same way as you. I think the games were very much about getting you into the action quickly, but at the detriment of like it didn't feel rewarding to get big cars. It was just like another car to the collection.
Just your collection,
yeah. I think it was 4 or 3 actually. You had this like roulette wheel that you would spin after accruing X many whatever points, or sometimes after every race. And there were whole ass cars on that thing that you could just like win like immediately. And I think
5 had something similar. Maybe not a roulette wheel, but very similar. It
was a really strange system to me. Yeah. It just earning your way to those cars is like a rite of passage, and I think it is rewarding to eventually get to that. And I get the temptation to just be like, no, here's all the cars because we don't know how much time you're going to actually invest into this game. But I'm a fan of this progression change. I think it's going to be cool, and I want to see how it like slowly ladders you up, from a Toyota Corolla to a fucking I don't know, Lamborghini or a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's going to be
I'm there
cool.
with you.
Game's out in like 15th of May, I think.
Yeah, it's
middle of May, somewhere around there.
Next month. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, soon.
It's really soon. It's also scary to think, man, we had a bit of a quiet period now with game releases, and then the next couple of weeks it just seems like a lot of bangers on their way, and Forza being one of them. Very, very excited to play that.
Yeah. I mean, there's Pragmata later this month. There's Forza. There's another big one later this month. I'm forgetting now.
In April. Replaced.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's not a AAA title. Replaced. It's not a AAA title, but like there's.
Hey, that's out next week as well. I'm quite excited to play that. I'm kind of hoping that it's good because I enjoyed the demo. But yeah, not really heard anything about reviews and stuff like that. But that's out on the 14th, so that's in like a week. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, lots to look forward to.
And that's just before all the Summer Game Fest stuff in June. It's years flying by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 6 looks good.
Since we're in a bit of a lull, I've been checking out some games that have been sitting in my Steam library for God knows how long as well. I'm in this sort of like weird period where I don't know what to play, so I'm like starting things left, right, and center. Like I actually started up Jedi Survivor again the other day because I never finished it, so I just restarted it. Game's opening's fucking great, really good game, like really fun opening. But I also just started playing a game on my Steam Deck called ElecHead, which I purchased ages ago. I've actually purchased this specific developer's latest game too and not played that either.
Oh, nice.
But I decided, listen, it's like a 2-3 hour game. I've known this for a long time. It was like $5. Let me give it a go. And let me tell you, this is a matty ass video game. Holy shit.
I gotta play it.
It's so it's a
How old is it? It's like, when did it come out?
4 years ago, I think. I know. So the developer, the developer's name is Nama Takahashi. She, I'm actually not sure. They released a game last year called Ooh, just like 3 O's, Ooh, which is like this game's version of a Metroidvania, like a 3 to 4 hour puzzle Metroidvania. And I think that got a lot more like attention than ElecHead did when it came out. It says here in 2021. So
okay. 4 years. Yeah.
It is a short puzzle platformer where you play as this little like cool little yellow dude, little robot who conducts electricity across any surface that you touch.
Damn.
So if you've got
gameplay.
you found gameplay. Okay, so if you're watching gameplay here, if you're on a surface that is connected to, say, like an elevator that requires power, as soon as you touch that surface, you will send electricity through there, and the elevator will work. The same goes for all sorts of things around the area, like little platforms that only appear when you are touching them, and hazards that only fire when you are touching them.
Okay.
It's a really simple concept to like see and immediately understand how it works.
Nice.
And it's really cool how they take this single idea and stretch it in so many different ways to make what seems pretty straightforward at the beginning into like this really complex thing. Like I got to several rooms where I looked around and I was like, I have absolutely no idea how I'm meant to with the skill set I have, because there's no like unlocking abilities. The most you get in terms of unlocking abilities is the ability to throw like your head.
Okay.
You can like throw your head at something, and your head is the little bit that conducts electricity. So you can get a platform across from you to conduct and build a platform to you, and then you have to run and collect your head within like 10 seconds. Otherwise, you blow up and lose. That's like the extent of upgrades you're going to get. The rest is just like knowledge based. You are figuring out how to interact with this world in new and different ways. And it does the really cool thing at the end where it's like, hey, you should probably go back to the area you started at and just like see what you can do there. And it turns out like the end of the game, or the path to the end of the game, was right there all along. You just did not know that you could access it in a way that you only figure out at the end.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh, I have this knowledge. I know actually how to traverse this thing that seemed impossible to get past now. And that's really cool. Tunic did that back in the day.
Yeah,
I
I
really
was just thinking
appreciated
about that.
Tunic for that. This kind of does that, but distills it into a 3-hour game, and it's really neat. I think the only thing I didn't really enjoy was the end gets really obtuse. It requires you to find 1 or 2 hidden platforms that I don't think are very well like earmarked or hinted to.
Okay.
And without doing that, you actually just don't get to the end. It just feels like you've gotten to the end, but you actually haven't. That would be my only real criticism, because the rest I think is it's really tightly paced. It knows when it's stretched its ideas, far enough. It doesn't overstay its welcome. And it's just a really fun time. Cool, like 8-bit music, got a really cool art style to it, and it just made me feel smart in a way that really good puzzle platformers do.
Yeah, best kinds of games are those where, like you said earlier, you walk into a room and be like, how do I get past you? And when you figure it out, you feel like a genius.
Yeah. And it's got the cool, because it is a platformer by nature, as it starts like requiring more from you from a puzzle perspective, it also starts requiring you to pull off moves in a very dexterous manner. So there are parts, especially near the end, where it's like, oof, I got to time this jump and this throw like really, really well to actually get this to work, because there's an element of timing to things. And that's when it started clicking, like, oh, Matty's going to enjoy this game.
Just say less. Okay, you've sold me already.
It's cool. It's really cool. And again, I finished it within like a sitting, because it's just like, oh, this is neat, and I understand it. And yeah, so I'm really keen to play their latest game, which looks really cool. And I just like the idea of short games that I think it's actually much harder to get a game this short to work in like such a powerful way, because you have very little time to allow for a player to learn the mechanics well enough to like take on harder and harder puzzles in a short amount of time. And I think it just shows a really good sense of design and tutorialization and just player direction, that it's such a smooth curve in terms of its escalation.
Nice.
It's really good. I mean, there's AAA games where in hour 3 you still haven't even got past your like tutorial pop-ups, and this thing is like taught its entire repertoire without saying a single word.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. It's great little game, and I desire more games like this, like short, complex, but really interesting little things. Indie games are great.
Yeah, I think it's a nice way to sort of spread out games through the year as well. I'm there with you where we get review games, and I'll play the AAA stuff, and I'll obviously play the more indie stuff. But I do enjoy just every now and then just sprinkling in, like a 1 to 3 hour game between the bigger releases.
Yep.
And I call it a palate cleanser, but it's not really a palate cleanser, because that game obviously brings so much, games like that bring so much joy, just in smaller doses. So yeah, I'm there with you. I need to play this. It looks really, really good.
Yeah. This is exactly what you're describing. It is a palate cleanser of the game, but also it's almost unfair to play this and then play other puzzle games, because you're like, wow, it's achieving so much in so little time that others struggle to get in like triple the amount of time. It's very expertly designed, and I'm curious to play quite a bit, because I've heard that's really, really good.
Even
you know.
So even just before we bounce off, even just the premise of your body conducting electricity to solve puzzles, or to like create
smart.
It's such a simple idea. You look at it, and go, wow, how has no one done this before? But it just
and again, just like how much juice is squeezed from that single idea is kind of nuts. It's because like in the first like 20-30 minutes, I was like, okay, cool. I see where this is going. I know what this is doing. And like looking back at that, it's so rudimentary what you were doing at the beginning. It was just like the foundational building blocks of how to move around this world. And man, it goes places. It reminds me a lot of Portal. The first Portal was that. Like the first Portal was like, here's how to move around the world. Here's a single portal. Here's a double portal. Go have fun. This is very much in that sort of vein of puzzle platforming. So it's good. Really, really happy that I took the time. And like I said, I think full price on Steam is $100. It's very often on sale for like $50. It's crazy cheap for 3 super, super cool hours. Like You're not even getting popcorn at Sturkennickel for that fucking money. So
I want to see if it's on Switch.
it is. It is.
Damn. Say less.
It is on Switch. It's on Xbox, I think, as well, which is a strange place to play it. I think Ooh is only on Steam currently. I don't know if it's on Switch yet, but I assume it will come.
Yeah.
Wow, Googling just Ooh gets you strange results there.
Ooh.
It's on... Oh, no, it is on Switch. Ooh is on Switch as well.
How do you spell
Players
that?
assume the role of a caterpillar whose segments are made out of bombs. Sick. I know exactly how this game's going to play out then.
Damn. Say less.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Cool. I guess the... sorry, I'm just reading off on the Wikipedia. Several critics named Ooh as one of their best titles of the year, comparing it to games like Celeste and Animal Well.
What was the second one?
Say
Animal?
less. Animal Well.
Oh, Animal Well's another game I need to play as well. Just not
Same.
got to it. Yeah.
I know. I really wanted to play it when it came out because it looked like a strange. It's the one published by
Donkey.
Big Mode. Yeah. It looked weird and cool, but I just never got around to it. I know Darren tried it. He's like, "This is super not my type of game," and I kind of get that. But it does look kind of cool, so I still want to get to that as well.
Nice.
The only other thing I think I've been playing is I jumped very briefly into Super Mario Wonder, Super Mario Bros. Wonder,
Yes.
the update for Switch 2. The update brings a lot of like multiplayer stuff to the game that I really haven't given a go because it seems like a weird fit for that sort of game. Also, there's like no matchmaking with that online mode, so you just jump in with randoms and you're playing like random Mario levels with mini games in them. So it's cool that that's there. That's not why I'm playing Mario Wonder. The main thing I wanted to see was just the visual update.
Yeah.
That game looks good already, but now that the Switch 2 can do like 4K on a TV, the game now runs natively at 4K. Looks pretty sharp, pretty cool. And looks really nice running with like HDR stuff on a bigger TV. I can't say I see a lot of the upgrade on the Switch screen itself, but when you're outputting that to a much larger display, definitely looks sharper, definitely looks like better. And I never got to finish Mario Wonder when it first came out, so I'm keen to actually give it a proper go this time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit taken aback because before we started recording, you said, yeah, I'm going to talk about this, and Mario Wonder, and I was a bit like, what do you mean?
Mario Wonder came out ages ago. What are you talking about?
Mario Wonder? And then you explain, oh no, it it's a Switch 2 version. It's added a whole lot of things, made the game look better. And I just thought, the game looked so good already. What could they change?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. They just bumped up that resolution. It looks... I mean, it's a great game because it's got like really cool... a really cool art direction. It's a 2D Mario, so obviously they can push things in various different ways without it having to be like a Odyssey open world.
Yeah.
But I think just the added... I think it's mainly just like playing any original Switch 1 game on TV, especially near the end of that console's life cycle, was becoming a problem because that dock only output in HD.
Yeah.
1080p TVs were like well ahead of, that even when the Switch originally launched. So just having a version that outputs at like a crisp 4K on a big TV just looks really, really good. But yeah, you're looking at the trailer now and it's all of these Bellabel Park things are the mini games and multiplayer things that have been added to the Switch 2 edition. You can obviously upgrade your Switch 1 edition to this one for, I think, $20, which is, I think, a bit much, in my opinion. Like, if you're there just for the visual upgrade, you can't just do the visual upgrade. You have to get all this stuff that you might not even want to, like, really engage with. And $20 is a bit extreme when you consider, like, these Zelda upgrades were, I think, 10. And those were, yes, mostly just cosmetic and visual updates as well, but that's kind of what I think most people are looking for anyway.
Yeah.
So,
it seems a bit cheeky. It's back at 20.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And it also makes the Switch 2 edition, the base edition, $80, which Super Mario Wonder is great and all, but $80 is steep.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. So I mean, I don't understand Nintendo's inconsistency with these sorts of things. Like some upgrades are $5, some are 10. Then you've got this one, which is like borderline an expansion, but with stuff that, you can't piecemeal take the bits that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really thought they'd go the route that they did with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where it was like, cool, you're paying your $10 just to upgrade this. Similar to how, Xbox and PlayStation did their cross-platform stuff. Which is like also a bit, in my opinion, a bit cheeky, but it's fine. It is, it is what it is. Yeah, $20 seems a bit much. So I hope they don't continue down that path, because like, I don't know if this stuff is all good or all bad. It's just stuff that I don't really want to play.
Yeah.
I just was there for the visual upgrade, and that shit is cool, but I can't tell you that $20 just for that is worth it. Yeah.
I mean, it also could be a thing of maybe they experimenting.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know how they tested, but maybe it is a thing of, okay, when you sold at $5, we saw a huge uptake. When we saw 20, we saw a big dip, like 10's a sweet spot. Maybe
that's a fair point.
Maybe they put it at 20, that we sold way more than we thought we would. Let's just stick it with 20 moving forward. Yeah. But remind me.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm blanking. The Super Mario Wonder, there was multiplayer in the base game, though. I think
it was co-op, wasn't it?
It was a co-op. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't for life remember. Yeah, if you could play with a whole group of people, if that's what this expansion's bringing now, it's like just multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, it's like minigame multiplayer stuff. Okay. So it's just different. I do recall that you could play the first, the first one, the original Switch version in co-op. Okay. Yeah. This one also adds Rosalina as a playable character, which is,
damn.
I mean, tying in with that new Mario movie, I guess.
Gotta do it. Which begs the question, where's the next 3D Mario?
This is the question. I don't know if you kept up with some of the rumors that were going around last week to do with like Nintendo and what they might be releasing this year. So it seems, I mean, there was this big leak last week from Nate the Hate. I don't know if you know him from Twitter. He's like a big Nintendo leaker. He's been pretty on the money for quite some time now. So they were saying on Twitter that a new Star Fox game is like around the corner from being announced and released at the same time. I don't know if in the same like sort of week, or whether it's like going to be announced and released a month later, and that's to coincide with Star Fox appearing in the movie.
Okay.
So that's kind of weird, because there hasn't been a Star Fox game since Star Fox 0 on the Wii U, or 64. Or some people would say it's 64 because that's the one they really enjoy. The other bit of news was that Ocarina of Time is getting a remake this year.
That I heard, yeah.
Which is wild. I'm so curious to see what that ends up being. Ocarina of Time is like the quintessential Zelda game. That is like the template that so many of them followed for so long, and is like the one that defined Zelda for so long. And along with that was this the suggestion that a 3D Mario is in development but is not coming out this year, which is kind of makes sense when you think Donkey Kong Bonanza came out last year. But again, strange that Mario's 40th anniversary came and went, and we didn't get a new 3D Mario. We didn't even get a new Mario game, which is really weird to me. So,
we're waiting for the big 5-0. We're getting
Legend of Zelda remake on the Zelda's 40th anniversary. So
yeah, I have to wonder with things like that if maybe they had something planned and just quietly didn't work out, whatever. Don't know.
Yeah, totally possible. I feel like they would have wanted to have a Mario game that would coincide with the film. I can't imagine that the plan all along was just an update to Super Mario Wonder. So
yeah,
maybe. I mean, they re-released Galaxy 1 and 2 last year, so that didn't even coincide with the film, which is strange to me.
What are they doing over at Nintendo?
Yeah,
playing darts at a board, going, yes, release Mario Galaxy, Star Fox remake, Ocarina of sorry, not Star Fox.
And the dartboard they're throwing it at, they have Wind Waker on Switch on a dartboard in a different building that cannot be reached.
Like there's a chance of it happening. It's unlikely, but it could happen.
The chances are low, but never zero.
Never zero. My God. Okay, but Super, we're gonna land this plane. Super Mario's Wonder, the update. is a good time, if not maybe a bit pricey for what it is. If I don't own Super Mario's 1 and I've got a Switch 2 now, I'm assuming I pay the full price, which is, I'm assuming,
$80.
It's from the get-go, it's 80 now. Just $80.
There's no way to buy the Switch 2 edition without the additional stuff.
I can't just buy the original for $60. I could buy like the Switch 1 version.
Oh, you mean like the Switch 1 version?
Yeah, okay, I could.
For Switch 2?
Yeah.
I think you can. Yeah.
Okay.
That's for 60. Yeah.
Okay, Nintendo.
I see you.
Look, if you've never played
I felt
Super
like
Mario
a penny
Wonder,
dropping moment. You're like, wait a minute.
yeah, I'm like, If you've never played Super Mario Wonder, the game is really good. Is it
very good?
Is it
yeah.
$80 good? It's a very steep price. But we'll say
it's a big price.
It's a big price.
It's a big price.
You want to play?
I know there's no quintessential difference between a 2D and a 3D Mario, and I don't think there should be in terms of pricing, but it does feel a bit weird. Like $80 for a 2D Mario.
Advice. I think just pick up that Switch 1 version if you can for $60.
Yeah. It still looks really good on the Switch.
Really good.
Like, still looks really good. Yeah. Especially now, did you get that update on the Switch where you can run games on the Switch 2 when you're in handheld mode on the Switch 2? You can run them at like the docked mode for Switch 1 games.
Yeah.
So like that will run Wonder at 1080p, and guess what? The Switch 2 screen is 1080p. So
what a win.
Do with that information what you will.
Yeah, you didn't hear it from me, but you heard it somewhere.
Miyamoto does not know that you're doing this with your Switch. Don't let him find out.
Damn, I just realized the problem with my camera here. It's so bright. Look, I can just put it lower.
Right at the end of this podcast, it's figuring out how the AV equipment works. But that's that's pretty much what I've been playing. Like I said, I've been hopping in and out of things. I've been playing Jedi Survivor. I have been eyeing. I got it downloaded, and every night I'm like, is this the time I'm going to start this? But downloaded Lies of P on my PlayStation.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm like,
you've not played Lies of P.
I have not played Lies of P.
That is a great time.
Yeah.
It's like the Bloodborne game, Bloodborne sequel you wish was Bloodborne 2, but it's not Bloodborne, but it feels like Bloodborne, but it's really good.
Have you played the DLC?
I haven't played the DLC yet, no.
Apparently it's like a sequel in terms of scope. It's like massive, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah, that game surprised me because I think the whole thing with it, when we saw it, we thought, man, this game looks too good. It can't be that good.
Souls.
It looks too good to be true. And then it came out, I was like, okay, it's actually pretty damn good. I played it a couple years after, and I really enjoyed it. I need to get to the DLC at some stage. And I think you would vibe with it 100%.
Yeah, I mean, anecdotally, everyone says this is like the closest thing to a Bloodborne that we've ever gotten in terms of like vibe and feel, and it's cool that there are games that aren't from software developed that have got like close enough to their formula. So
I will say it's because a lot of people try to imitate the Dark Souls formula and the From Software formula, and it just never feels right. Like there's always something a bit off. Lies of P is not that 100% replica, but it comes very close to feeling as good as like a From Software game. And I mean,
and that's important,
yeah. And that's it. Lies of P is not just like hey, like what if Bloodborne but Pinocchio? There are a lot of unique ideas in that game, like how weapons work and stuff. It's very, very cool.
No, I'm keen to give it a go. It's like you know the thing where when you start a game, you kind of need to be in that headspace.
No, for sure.
To be like, cool, I'm starting something. That's kind of where I am with this thing. I'm like, I need to be in the right like frame of mind and then actually just commit to it. So I'm waiting for that time, but it's there. It's chilling there. And
yeah. I know.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, like, I'm also playing Marathon, but every now and then, it's still a fun game.
I mean, that headspace moment. Why do you think I'm playing Final Fantasy 13? It's old game. just
have you played it before? Are you replaying it, or is this the first time?
I have a history with 13. Okay, so before we land this plane, because we are running out of time on this podcast, not that we have a time limit, but I know it's getting late your side. I played big Final Fantasy fan. didn't own a PS2, so I missed Final Fantasy 10 and all of those, but I'd played like 7, 8, 9, loved Final Fantasy, got a PS3, Final Fantasy 13 came into PS3. In my head, I'm like, oh my god, this is the next generation Final Fantasy. It's going to blow my socks off. So got it on launch, played it, and I did not vibe with that game. I was very disappointed. No, maybe my expectations were way too high, so I bounced straight off it. I was like, played like 10, 15 hours, like, it just didn't vibe with it. Years later, went back, revisited it. I was like, because I've finished all the mainline Final Fantasies except for 12 and 13, and obviously the online ones, but I played all of them. I'm like, I have to finish 13. I owe it to myself. Went back, played it, suffered through the first 10, 15 hours, got past that to the open world stuff. I was like, damn, this game is actually really good. Like, I understand what it's trying to do. Cool, I'm having a great time. And then I just stopped playing it. I don't know why. Back then, could have been a review game, got distracted by something else. Don't know. Then when I wanted to pick it up again, I couldn't find my PS3 disc. My PS3.
That's definitely how they were shaped.
Yeah. Just whatever the hell this is. So never finished it, even though I really wanted to. Now, all these years later, this is all Curvin's fault, because he's like, Final Fantasy 13 is like 40 Rand on Steam sales. Like, you know what is 40 Rand? Bought it, modded it, busy playing it with HD textures, all that good stuff. I'm about 10 hours in, and I need to commit to finishing it.
So you're not even at the open world yet?
I'm not even at the open world, but I know. I just need to like lock in and not get distracted by other stuff, and I just need to finish it. Yeah. That's my...
And this is only the first one. There's like 3 of them, right?
Yeah. I can't tell you I'm interested in the second and third one, but I just want to get through the first one.
Interesting. I've never played any of these. I know, what's the main character? Lightning, yeah. I know there's a dude named Snow. That's it. That's all I got.
It's an interesting Final Fantasy.
It's the most PS3 looking ass PS3 game, I'll give you that much.
It is a beautiful game though. Like, even by today's standards, that game has some pretty sick art direction.
It's kind of nuts that we went from that to 15. Like, that seems like quite a jump.
Yeah. No, there's a big delay between, and remember, 15 was announced pretty much alongside 13. It was called Versus 13.
You're right. I remember that CGI trailer. That thing was
trailer
crazy.
Was insane. Like, Noctis in that trailer, man, just never to be seen for many, many years, and came back as 15.
15 still looks really good today. Like, that art style is really, really good. I think, 16 looks the way it does because it's a pretty different game, but like 15 and 7 remake are like there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Good games.
Good game.
I really enjoyed 15. Maybe I'll play 13 one day. But I probably should play like 9 before 13.
No. Have you played? You can't just... What do you mean? You can't just skip 8?
I can skip it. That's fine.
What would Darren say? You know what you should play?
Yeah, exactly. Have to keep the joke going. Can never play 8 because then I might actually say that it's good.
9 is really good. I also think it doesn't get the love it deserves because I think it launched kind of at the end of the PS1 era. So there's a few people like, oh yes, it's really good, but it's not like up there with 7 or 8. But 6 is the one that I'm still baffled that they haven't done like a remake or given it any kind of thing, because 6 is still, I think, even better than 7 in some ways. It's
got the clown baddie, doesn't it?
Yeah, Kefka, man. That I played the game years after the fact, and I could not believe that entire saga fit in like a 10 meg cartridge, whatever the size was. Wild, absolute
PS3 disc.
PS3 disc, SNES cartridge. Yeah, this is a terrible show for audio listeners. Follow us on YouTube or watch on Spotify if you don't.
Yeah, you'll miss all these great visual jokes. It's fantastic. Cool. As you said, let's land this plane. I'm getting on a plane tomorrow. It's great. So is your mother, apparently.
So. Your mother.
If she finds a reference number, then she's getting on that plane.
Yeah, let me land the
Um,
plane and tell you that she did not check in. She came close. There were messages sent back and forth during this podcast, and I was like, you know what? Just leave it. I'll do it when I'm done.
She has two other children. You have two siblings.
I am the check-in specialist. I don't know. It's what we share responsibilities in different ways. Like my brother is the one who he does like all the financial stuff. My brother's the one who chats to my mom's financial advisor, gets all that stuff in a row.
I mean, that makes sense. He works at a bank.
What do you mean? He doesn't mean like he's a banker, like working at the bank.
Wait, is he not?
No, my brother's like a dev / programmer / tester.
Oh, I did not know that. I straight
RT.
up thought he did like actual finance and banking. That's my bad.
No, he's an RT.
Had no idea.
So he does that. I do all the admin stuff, and my sister don't know what she does. she
goes for runs.
Not called on for this sort of stuff at all. It's just me and my brother.
Oh, it's funny. So funny.
It's a good time.
Well, I hope your mom gets on her flight tomorrow.
She will. I'm gonna check in right now as soon as we're done.
I'm very keen to run the two oceans and hopefully not die and play some more games when we get back. Pragmata's coming out soon. Got Forza Horizon next month. And there's definitely something I'm forgetting in April. There's something else coming around the Pragmata time that I'm forgetting, but it's fine. We'll figure it out as we go.
Mouse PI. No.
Sure. Sure. That's been episode 285, Checkpoint Chat. As always, thank you so much for listening. We will be back in, I'd say, probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. When everyone's kind of settled back home and I've stopped traveling and Matty's, I don't know, stopped traveling. But until then, we'll see you soon. Stay safe. Enjoy the games you're playing. We'll catch you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.